Hello there, friends. Welcome. Let's get right to our session. We begin like we always do by finding a comfortable position. We usually do yoga nidra on our backs, but if you want to remain seated, that's perfectly okay. So just take a few moments there to find a very, very comfortable position. A position where you will stay motionless for the next 20 to 30 minutes or so, preferably. Of course, if you absolutely have to move, that's not a problem. But the idea here is to just let go. So once physical stillness settles in, I'm going to ask you to close your eyes, maybe taking just a few more moments there for final adjustments. And just keep breathing. Just allow your attention to wander freely through the elements of your experience. What's happening for you right here, right now? So we're just noticing. Letting go of thought content for now, for the next 30 minutes or so. This is all about your direct, immediate experience. So coming in touch with the sounds you hear, the sounds at a distance. The sounds that are closer to you. Maybe sounds next door, maybe sounds in the room. Sounds of your body. The sound of my voice. And becoming aware now of the silence between the sounds, the silence before and after the sounds. Beautiful. Shifting attention now to the points of contact between the body and the surface, providing support there. Bed, sofa, chair, mat, whatever it is. So just noticing those points where the body touches, where the body comes in contact with that surface. And then noticing the points where the body is not touching the surface. Observing the areas of the skin that are covered by clothes. And now the areas that are bare, that are exposed to the air. Let's shift to the sense of sight now. So noticing the darkness in front of your closed eyes. There's an apparent lack of visual stimuli here, yes? But then again, you might notice some residual colors and patterns that have come up in this vastness of the sky of consciousness. This mind space. And now allowing attention to come to the thoughts that come and go, the emotions that come and go, the images. And much like the silence between sounds, there is a space between thoughts. So just notice that. The space between the elements of the mental apparatus. And now becoming aware of your body as sensation. Just allow the attention to wander through the sensations, what we label as body. And then shifting the perspective to the observer of this experience. And notice how the observer of this experience is also within the experience. Simultaneously subject and object, right here, right now, just noticing, just observing. Then attention comes to the breath. I'm going to invite you to gently start deepening the breath. So deepening the breath by allowing it to happen mainly through the movements of the belly. So you're feeling that sensation of the belly gently expanding and contracting with each breath. Maybe at each exhalation, mental and physical tension dissipates little by little. Perhaps each inhalation brings energy, renewal. Abdomen is relaxed, the belly is relaxed, moving but relaxed. The chest is still, and you are just observing each breath, the sensations, and maybe even thoughts that describe the sensations. The deeper breath continues. Let's just do another 15 rounds of breath or so. Slow, effortless breaths. The belly rising and falling gently. The chest still. Comfortable, relaxed breathing. Notice how the flow of thoughts starts slowing down. There's more and more and more space between the thoughts. Just remember, if distractions arise, a little itch, a thought, an emotion, it takes you away from the practice, from the moment. It's perfectly okay. Acknowledge whatever it is and bring your attention back to that deep breath. Belly moving up and down, in and out. And of course, this is just an interpretation of thought. In reality, there's just that sensation, a familiar sensation. So please keep going for a few more breaths. Gently relaxing the breath now. Relax any control. Just remain in touch with the natural flow of the breath, sensations, movement, and also full awareness of that subtle space, that short interval between the in and the out breaths. And now I'm going to be asking you to once again, please bring awareness to the body, to the whole body. And here, maybe sensing, visualizing, feeling the body as a vast landscape, a realm of pure potential. And we're getting ready to travel along this land that we call body, re-energizing, resetting, rebooting the systems through the power of awareness. So we're going to be infusing all the different levels with the aliveness of the moment. So getting ready to do that, we begin by bringing attention to the heart, the physical heart. So just sense the heart beating. Feel the movement of the blood through the arteries, the veins, the capillaries. Fully aware of the transportation system that moves the elements from one part of the body to another. Spending a few moments here just exploring the paths of circulation in the body. Circulation of fluids. Also in the form of circulation of air. The breath moving from the nose to the trachea to the lungs and back. All sensations, the movement within the lungs. The alveoli, that tiny sacs in the lungs making the gas exchange, receiving oxygen, letting go of carbon dioxide. Awareness of the diaphragm, the breath muscle pushing down, coming up, pulling the air in, expelling air from the lungs. Just sense, just feel. And allow whatever needs to come up to come up. Attention now gently comes to the mouth, the teeth, the tongue, the upper jaw, the lower jaw. These are the places that initiate the movements of digestion in the body. The esophagus, connecting the throat with the stomach. The area of the belly, so much going on here. Organs extracting nutrients, separating what's useful from what's not useful. The stomach, the intestines, the liver, the gallbladder. Salivary glands, the rectum, the anus. If you don't know where these things are, that's perfectly okay. Your body knows. Just give yourself to the wisdom of your body. And let it locate the kidneys, the bladder, the urethra. All these organs just removing toxic materials from the blood, carrying waste out of the body. Just keep breathing, keep on observing. Observing now the systems of the body that monitor all these exchanges, that integrate functions. The body's main hormone factory, the glands, pituitary, thyroid, adrenals, the pancreas. Allow the wisdom of the body to locate them. Maybe subtle sensations come up, maybe images, maybe thoughts. So just observe how the glands, how the pancreas establish signals from one body system to another. And observe that in any way that comes up for you. Let's move on to feel now the body's defenses, the white blood cells, the thymus. These are the mechanisms that allow the body to distinguish its own cells and tissues from outside invaders. The lymph nodes, the lymph channels, carrying body fluids through all the different stations, the gonads, the sex organs. These are the sites of renewal, of reproduction, of regeneration. So just letting go into the sensations, letting go into the sensations brought about by the guidance, the associated images, the thoughts. Everything that's happening for you in this very moment, right here, right now. Let's shift attention now to the coverings of the body, the skin, the hair, the nails, the sweat glands. Everything providing containment, providing protection. That's the interaction with the outside world. And then the body's structure, the skeleton with its bones, the large bones, the small bones, the ligaments, the tendons, cartilage, and of course the muscles that attach to the bones, to everything here, giving the body its basic structure, its ability for movement. So just notice how everything is happening on its own. You do not have to do anything here for it to happen. Everything has its own innate intelligence. Just closely monitored by the brain, which is the organ of thought, of emotion, of memory, all the sensory processing. The brain imagining systems, functions. Maybe you can even sense the neurons firing, exchanging chemicals. These exchanges activated through electric impulses, shooting all through the body. Feel the spinal cord, its extensions throughout the body, organizing, processing. Now you can observe the connections that are created between each and every system in the body. So the whole body in your field of awareness. Feeling the whole body connecting, integrating. And as you feel the body connecting, integrating, healing, attention naturally relaxes. The focus is expanding from the whole body to the whole field of awareness. until you feel the whole body is space. And maybe seeing the points, the organs, the systems we just explored as stars in the night sky, as constellations in the inner space. Noticing all of this going on by itself while you rest as the awareness that permeates this space. The space where the breath becomes a continuous flow of vital energy with no effort, no strain, just notice. Letting go of all effort, all tension, right here, right now. Just resting as pure awareness, spacious, vast. While the body sleeps, the mind rests, you remain alert as awareness. Let's take a few minutes now for a little time travel. Time concept. Time only exists as a mental concept, as memory, as expectation. So just notice how the past, notice how the future are experienced only as thought, as emotion, and everything is happening right here, right now. So I invite you to explore and recall, what were you doing an hour ago? Recall the circumstances. Remember what you were thinking, what you were feeling. Always from the perspective of the present moment. You are here now, observing, witnessing. Then maybe going back another hour. What were you doing? What were you feeling? What were you thinking then? And then another hour, and another, in the same way, always from the present moment perspective, from the reality of direct experience. So just observing. I invite you to keep going back every hour until you return to the moment before waking up this morning. The moment where you were still asleep and alert, present with the experience. Now setting the memories aside, letting go, just resting in the moment. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. Allow yourself to dissolve into the timeless flow as pure being. Time to start making a journey back to everyday consciousness. We do that by reconnecting with the senses, maybe the sounds around you, the direct experience of the sounds that are happening this very moment. We're getting ready here to emerge to the surface of awareness. So setting the intention and turning the other senses back on, acknowledging the sense of sight, darkness in front of your closed eyes, noticing thoughts, noticing emotions coming and going, any lingering smells, tastes, the bodily sensations. Bringing awareness to the weight of the body, bringing awareness to the points of contact between the body and the surface, providing support, the gentle pressure of the clothes on the skin, the air coming in and out at the tip of your nose, just acknowledging each experience, and welcoming each and every experience with openness. Maybe the body wants to take deeper breaths. So filling your body with that life-giving energy, with each breath in becoming more awake, more aware. Until at some point, perhaps the body starts moving physically. Small wiggles maybe at first, the fingers, the toes, or the head moves from side to side. So just allow these movements to increase on their own to the arms, the legs. Trusting your body, trusting the innate wisdom of your body. So perhaps arms come overhead for a full body stretch. And if you're lying down or seated, let's open and close the eyes several times, getting used to the sense of sight, to the room around you. Taking your time as you transition to the waking life. And then if you're seated, fine. If not, eyes can remain open, and please come to a seated position. And we finish our session like we always do. So let's take a nice deep breath in, fill up those lungs with air. And open mouth, sign it out. So that's all for today's session, friends. Have a great morning, afternoon, evening, and see you next time.